And that's just what we got to deal with. We had it against Man U, didn't we? Like, we can't do anything about it. It was nice of them to start singing when Erdegaard told them to, because it was absolutely dead in there. But I guess I win all these football matches to come second, mate. I'm really pissed off. Really pissed off, because I thought our game plan was quite good today, and you thought we've held until half time there, and then, you know, the referee gives them a decision which is outrageous, and then we can see the second goal and you think the game's done, and then we scored. Honestly, if it's not a goal, it's a penalty. I can't believe he's disallowed that goal.
Who was it who made the foul? Solanke?
Apparently, I've watched it about 10 times. I'm trying to find the foul, and then that's a penalty or a goal, and we're 2-1 and we're in that game. And they'll start shitting themselves like they did all game until they got the third. And you never know, but you don't get a chance. You don't get a chance when you're Bournemouth and you come to Arsenal. You don't get a chance, but the simple fact is, we're winning nothing and they're winning nothing. So does it really matter? No. Does it really matter? Because football will go on, they'll win fuck all, we'll win fuck all. Do you know what I mean? So they can party all they want. But honestly, oh fuck you, fuck off. Fuck off.
Oh, I don't know how much longer my heart can take this. Listen, we got the job done. And I'll tell you something, this was one of the games that I was a little worried about and a little wary of. I'm always wary at games, you know, when they're at the Emirates against, you know, teams like Bournemouth, for example. Because you remember last year and you can feel that nervousness in the crowd. There seems to be that sense of, you know, expectation, and that might weigh on the players' minds a little bit more. I just feel that we're a little bit more free away from home. And listen, Bournemouth came into this game in very, very, very good form. And they've got some very dangerous players, the likes of Kluivert, the likes of Solanke. So it was one of those games, and the first 45 minutes, I was watching that and I just had these visions of Aston Villa all over again, where we were completely dominant, all over them, and we just couldn't score. But this was even worse than the Aston Villa game, because we had chance after chance after chance. Bournemouth were throwing everything in front of the ball. The keeper was making save after save. And I was like, oh no, not again. And then just before half-time, Bukayo Saka from the penalty spot. And listen, there'll be talking points about the penalty you know, that was awarded, and Kai Havertz, did he leave his leg there? Listen, when the goalkeeper goes down the way that he did, you leave the referee with a choice to make. You know, he has to decide. And at the end of the day, I've seen countless penalties in the Premier League given that are identical to that. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you want to talk about contentious decisions, then let's go right back to the opening 10-15 minutes of the first half with Ryan Christie and the tackle on Bukayo Saka. It's a clear red card. Have you seen the state of Bukayo Saka's leg? If you haven't, Google it, go and have a look. It's an absolute mess. And that there, again, is another tackle, 3 out of our last 4 games that have been reckless, over the top, and potential leg breakers. And they've not even been reviewed. Are you mad? So before you start talking about Kai Havertz, was it, wasn't it, Ben White touching gloves or anything else, why don't you spend a week talking about the real issues and potential leg breakers?
On. Cheers. Cheers, mate. Pete, bring him over. How are you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm all right, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Billy was here as well. Talk to me, mate.
What can we expect? They're second in the league. Held on, didn't we? It was like the Alamo in the first half. Second half, we came out and we gave them a game. And that's all I want. I mean, we lost 3-0, but we gave them a game. That's what all I ask. You know, that they don't sit back on it and what have you. But there you go.
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I'm happy. At least it could have been a lot more. There were so many refereeing decisions that
penalty was harsh.
Literally, check the badge.
Very harsh.
Yeah.
He
sort of goes into Travis's hand. So and then he puts his arms up, so he knows that he's dived.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't a foul, if it was a foul, he surely would have gone straight down with his arms. But
made a meal of it.
Exactly.
He was looking for it. He's looking for it. You know.
Some players must emerge with some credit in the second half though, because the first half we were quite passive. But I thought we turned it on in the second. Any players a note that stood out?
Brilliant.
Yeah. If you remember, Mo said back at Villa how Ouattara was useless. Yeah. Ouattara can actually play football.
He was alright, wasn't he? I thought he did.
Yeah, he played, and he was bombing on as well, wasn't he?
Really well. Semenyo was brilliant as well.
And I was interested that Alan Shearer put him in his team of the week as a left back. Like, you know, you think, whoa, he's coming together. He's not.
Runners up again.
maybe that's his new position. Maybe we've got Ouattara as a left back now. We'll take that.
Yeah. So we got him, haven't we? We've got Kirkes, haven't we? So we've got two left backs.
Yeah, we missed Kirkes a little bit. Like he would have been brilliant.
Cheers for coming on. Really appreciate it, guys.
Okay, no problem.
Jeff. Hi, buddy. All right. You know,
thanks for having me on.
No worries. Introduce yourself.
My name's Dom. I'm from Essex. I go to quite a few games, but first time being on here. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and thank you for having me on.
No worries. What do you make of that game today?
Sam, I'm a bit frustrated, but I thought we did well. We didn't do anything wrong. Let's be honest. I mean, we're playing a really good team, but Tom's just showing me the goal that we scored. I can't understand how that's not a foul on the keeper. Solanke didn't touch him. Honestly, Dom didn't touch him. But let's be honest. Let's be realistic. We haven't done anything wrong today. No one played badly. No one did anything drastic or crazy. We're in good stead with Brentford and Chelsea, and I think 2 games to go. I think we're going to get two decent results.
Certain players just weren't at it in that first half, though, were they?
No.
For us?
No. I mean, Arsenal tried to wear us down. I mean, we defended well. I think we defended really well. We could have caved in and we could have been 1-2-0 down at half time, but we didn't. I thought we played well, and I'm happy. I'm walking away from it happy this afternoon, and go and enjoy an afternoon in London.
Sorry, man of the match before you go.
Man of the match, what, for us or
for us? Well, you can give an Arsenal one as well if you want.
I thought Dom played pretty well, personally, and actually, dare I say, Dango. I thought Dango played well at left back. I mean, he had a tough ask today, and I thought he did all right. So, I'm happy. Overall, I'm happy.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it, mate. Take care. Bye, Jakey, mate. How are you?
Second half, I think, was a lot better. First half, it was just 11 men behind the ball. With our goal, which should have stood, Billing's shirt was being pulled, and then we scored. Somehow, it got disallowed from Solanke. Somehow, I really don't know how. Their penalty. He wasn't looking for the goal. He was looking for the penalty. He didn't want to score then. He was looking for the penalty. And I've seen him do that many times. So, yeah, after their second goal, the fans went a bit down, the players went a bit down. And then, we had a few chances. Then when the third goal went in, it was just, it was pretty much over from there. It was, it wasn't great.
Fair shout. Jakey, cheers, mate. Thanks for coming.
Game of decisions, wasn't it? I think I just saw Chris Andy as well. Weird one that. Well, he does score sometimes. But yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, Travers can't really fault him really. Never a penalty. I've watched it back so many times. I don't see how. I can see how the ref can give it, considering where he is on the field, considering what's happened, what it looks like. But then we've watched back the replay. You've got VAR. And how VAR haven't looked back on it and gone, yeah, that's never a penalty, because he catches his foot, but he's dragging his foot along the floor.
Now I know that we're talking about VAR a lot, and it is going to be the main talking point, but you have to say that on the basis of the first half, played devil's advocate now, they absolutely steamrolled us, and really,
100%,
them going in 1-0 up, albeit dodgy penalty, probably flattered. Well, I mean, it definitely flattered us though, didn't it? So on the reflection of the game, 3-0 was possibly a fair scoreline, you could say. However, when it comes to some decisions, they're just not getting them right. VAR's not improving the game, is it?
Yeah, first half they absolutely peppered us. I can't lie, they were amazing first half. Then second half, I think we deserved to get something. And I've watched back the disallowed goal, and I think Tom's absolutely right. I can't see how that's a foul. It's baffling really. I don't get how that's. Because we've had so many times where that's happened to goalies, to outfield players, and it's not been given as a foul, but suddenly, because it's Arsenal v Bournemouth, now it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's.
Cool.
I agreed with what you put out. I think it was half time. Checking club badge. That's all it is.
There he is.
It's never a fair playing field. And granted, yes, first half absolutely dominated. Second half, I think it was a bit more of a fair game.
Fair play. We're going to get Jakey on. We're going to switch out a few people waiting.
Thank you very
Cheers,
much.
mate.
Arsenal, Bournemouth, you expect them to win. They dominated. Bournemouth probably should have had a goal in the second half, but look at the facts. Look at the game. Look at the stats. Arsenal were the better team, and this is the development of Arsenal. They can look at the Villa game a couple of weeks ago, and that might be the game that costs them the title. But if you look at Arsenal's form across the season, and you look at the way Arsenal have played since Christmas, I mean, it's one game against Villa, and that's going to cost them the title. That's less about how good Arsenal have been, and more about how much of a juggernaut Man City are. You've almost got to be perfect to beat City because they're so good compared to everyone else. Arsenal, the way they've played this season, should win the league. In any other Premier League season where Man City weren't in it, they'd win the league. But Man City are a juggernaut. They could be winning 6 out of 7. Arsenal, as I said last week, can't really do any more. If they lose at Man United next week, it's not because they've bottled the league. They've done absolutely everything in their power with what they've got to win that league. And if they don't win it, it's because Man City are just a juggernaut. It's as simple as that. And we are seeing countless times this season now, every time something happens with a VAR decision, you're like, I don't know, flip a coin. I don't know whether it's going to be a handball. I don't know whether it's going to be a foul. I don't know whether they're going to... And when a goal goes in, you celebrate, but part of you's like, I don't know whether it will be given. I might be celebrating for nothing. So the enjoyment factor has been absolutely sapped away by this VAR, PGMOL officiating crisis this season. It's disgusting. And people will start to switch off. They will. They won't pay for it. They certainly won't pay for it. Why should you pay for something that's shit? You know, you can only feed people shit so long before they stop eating. And the Premier League's got a big problem. VAR is broken. When you look at it today, number one, that's a red card on Saka. That is a red card. It is reviewed by VAR. No yellow card, drop ball. I mean, it's a foul, it's reckless, and it's dangerous. How do you give a drop ball? Number two, I want to talk about the Bournemouth goal in the second half because that feeds nicely into what I'm talking about, consistency and what is a red card we don't know. How, as a paying fan, can you see that and go, well, I know that's a red card because we've seen that as a red card before. What? It's not a red card. It's a drop ball. They're changing the rules every fucking minute. Every game and every minute. The Bournemouth goal that gets ruled out for the foul on Raya, massively confusing. First of all, there's a pull on a Bournemouth shirt before that, which was a penalty last night in the Luton-Everton game. So why did VAR not look at the pull on the shirt and just say, this is the easy way out, we'll give a penalty and we'll rule the goal out? No, they don't bother looking at that. They focus on whether it's a foul on Raya.